Right then, so I've done a video of how to do like a DIY checking your spray patterns on your injectors, making a little tool out of a tyre valve and a bit of epoxy resin. That's on another video if you want to watch it. But then when I checked that the spray pattern's working, I'm going to put them in. I thought they're a little bit rusty as well, like, so it's like could do with a little bit of a spruce up. If you want them pristine, then you buy some new ones. But if you're from Yorkshire or a bit tight, like myself, both ways, just clean it up yourself. So I've done this on 4 injectors already, and I'm going to show you what I've done on the 5th and 6th one, like, so you get an idea. So things to be careful about with your injectors. One of them, you don't want them to be getting anything into where your fuel supply goes, because that'll like clog your injector up. So block that off. This is just a plastic bung. I think that I got this off like a diesel filter kit or something like that. You know, like get plastic bungs, but anything that's just going to cover the end of it before you clean it up. So force that on there like that. And you've also got to be careful of the pintle, which is the bit where your fuel comes out, where it injects. Very, very delicate, so you don't want to be going too near with that. So anyway, this is how I'm going to clean it up. So first of all, I'll do the body. So I'm going to clean it up using just a wire wheel, and I'm not going to be doing the plastic bit. Got to come a bit further so you can see. I'm just going to be doing the metal part, not the plastic bit. If you touch a plastic bit on there, it'll just ruin it. So don't need to go a hell for leather. I'm just going to whiz it up a little bit. Get rid of any flaky paint or rust. So just be careful that the end of the injector, you don't want to be getting anything near that or any dirt getting in. Not going to be a pristine job, it's just going to, for those who it might keep awake at night, you know that your spray pan's alright, but then you can't sleep on a night thinking that the injectors are a little bit rusty, and these are the things that like worry any classic car almost, you can imagine. So anyway, we've cleaned that up. I'm just going to go over the plastic bit, this pintle bit of carburetor cleaner. Let's bring most of it off. That's better than the rest of them. And toothbrush off. I've just got a nice clean brush there. Now I'm going to be brushing away from the injector end, because you don't want to be forcing any dirt up inside. But this isn't actually cleaning the pintle itself, it's just cleaning up the plastic shroud. Right, so there we go, we're all looking good there. So I'm going to put a thin layer of edge primer. I don't know where I've put it, but before I do, I'm just going to give it a quick blast off with just a bit of brake cleaner. That way, if there's any oil or anything that's that I've wiped on from the wire wheel, just going to take it off. Right, so I'm just going to put a thin layer edge primer on it, just so that my paint's got something to stick to. I will get a bit of emery, just to what they call key the metal, just so that the primer has something to stick to. Just makes a rough surface really, so the paint can stick into it. If it's too smooth, then your paint's just going to fall straight off. So there we go. So that'll do for that. Now we don't want any paint going near that end, so I've just got some pipe here. I think it's about 12mm or something like that, but it just fits nicely over there. And I've got something to hold on to it. It's not a very tight fit, so careful you don't drop it or anything like that, because if it hits the floor, injectors are quite delicate. The plastic bit where your 2-pin multi-plug goes on, Just going to tape that up. Again, it's not, you know, this is a DIY job, you know, so I don't want people saying, no, you can see a bit of rust coming through, that's rubbish, is that? You know, if you want it that precise, just go out and buy some new ones. Simple. So there we go, that'll do. So all your plastic multi-plug bit is all covered up there. Put that into my pipe. And where's my H primer? Quick shake. I've done 4 before already, but a little bit more. Right, that'll do for that, to be honest with you. Right, give me 10 minutes and that's gone, and I'm going to put some paint on it. Right, there we go. So, this H primer's dried, so I've just given it one coat, just something to paint to stick on. I have put some new seals, which came with, I've got a full engine gasket set, and it came with some O-rings, so I've just fit a new one on there. You can buy injector refurb kits which come with a new plastic end, plastic washer, 2 rubber O-rings and the little filter inside. I think they're about 30 quid off eBay or something like that. But these are all alright, these are fine. Like I say, I've checked the spray pan in my last video and they're okay. So anyway, I've done a H primer. I'm going to put it back in my pipe to hold it. And so what I'm using here is Raptor flameproof paint. It goes up to 1,000 degrees, so it should be okay. I can't remember what I actually bought this for. Raptor's got a, I'm tempted with doing the bottom of the old Mini with some Raptor, but I don't know how to stick to Gravitex, so if anybody's had any bad reviews of Raptor or Gravitex, let me know, because I've not done the job yet. I'm not a paint guy. Right, so I'm going to give it, I'll give it 3 coats. So right, we'll leave that to go off for 10 minutes and then say do another couple of coats on top. So I have done some already, so rather than like waiting for that to dry and then showing you, I have done 4 already. So this is my injector rail. So like I said, you saw the injectors before, they're all rusty and just didn't look right well. So this is what we've got now. So they look nicer than what they did before. Bearing in mind, you only see that top part anyway. But it's just something else that just makes your engine bay a little bit tidier. So I've got another video on how to check your spray patterns and how to do a DIY clean, making a special tool and just using carburetor cleaner. So there's another video on that if you want to check that out. And hopefully when this engine all goes back together, it'll run nice and sweet. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.